Good evening, everyone. The most powerful people in today's society all know that the key to success is to form or lose some of your habits you might have. So just to start my qualifications, what do I know about habits? I am not a habitist or whatever you would call a person who studies habits. I searched it for like 20 minutes online. I couldn't figure out what the name was. But I am experienced in habits. I do have many. Some I don't enjoy. Others I do really enjoy. So some examples of my bad habits are biting my fingernails. I'm sure some of you do that as well. I procrastinate, just like any good software programmer. And I have terrible study habits, probably like many of you. So what is a habit? A habit is a subconscious behavior that, that we regularly repeat without even knowing about it. It's something like taking your dog for a walk as soon as you get home, or preparing your own meal, biting your fingernails, fidgeting when you're talking, stuff like that. So this all leads into the habit loop, which basically describes how habits precede us. So it's a three-part process. Basically, it starts with the cue. The cue is that trigger when you get home from work, when someone says a word that makes you uncomfortable, something like that, that causes the actual habit process to start. Those habits can be, like I said before, anything from biting your fingernails to walking your dog when you get home. So the action, the second part of the process, is the actual habit, the thing you do, the thing that is necessarily good or bad. It could be anything. I'm sure you're thinking about a couple of things you guys do right there. And then there's the reward, the results of actually doing the habit, which most of the time is actually biochemical. It happens in your brain. It could be serotonin or something to that effect. And that leads me into the actual brain science of habits. So there's two things about brain science. There's the basal ganglia that controls the emotion patterns, your memories, pattern recognition. It also gives you the ability to listen to the radio while you're driving, or do other simple tasks while you're doing something else. And then there's also the prefrontal cortex, which allows you to do complex decision making. So breaking habits. Basically, you need to remove yourself from the norm. You need to take yourself out of your standard daily activities by either going on vacation or switching things up, go to the gym, do something you haven't done before. So I know you're all probably thinking by now, when should I start? Well, just by listening to me talking here today, you all have already started in your own little ways. No, that's a big step. You guys, thank you. So how to get started? Seriously, thank you. One of the most effective methods is merging the old together with the new. You guys have to, kind of work it into something you're doing as, you go about your daily lives. Just try and mix it up, change something. The other important thing is to be accountable. Make sure that you have someone you can talk to about it, to go about. Because if you don't do it, you're not going to punish yourself for not going out and walking maybe once a week, or, trying to eat a salad maybe once a day, something like that. So if you have a buddy, it makes it a lot easier. Also, starting habits one at a time is a big thing. Because if you start to try too many new things or do too many of anything at once, you'll get overwhelmed and you'll just forget about it. You don't even care anymore. So how long before it actually becomes a habit? Well, that can vary from person to person, depending on your willpower and stuff like that, but pretty much as long as it fracking takes. And of course, you're all going to mess up. I'm trying to, personally, what sprung this whole Ignite talk is I'm trying to drink more water instead of soda. And tonight I had a beer, yes. I skipped up, I did it because it makes me more talkative when I'm up on stage, but, you're going to fail. You have to realize that. You just have to address it, understand you're going to fail, and just, move on. So, it's no longer a habit once it's automatic. Pretty much, you go home, you want to, make a salad when you get home, and you just do it. You don't even really think about it. So, I threw in this slide. This is my dog, Huey. He pretty much started my new habits. I go on a walk with him every day, and, we're becoming good buddies. So, to sum up, try something new, fit in your daily schedule, and just make sure you don't do bad habits. Thank you.